Hey there, history voyagers. Settle in and let's journey into the quiet heart of medieval Europe. Tonight, we'll gently drift back in time to an era when a powerful Frankish ruler, Charlemagne, began to weave a fractured continent into an empire that still whispers to us today. Imagine the stillness of a world without noise, just the faint sounds that carry through the centuries. Let's begin in the fog-draped forests of Saxony. You can almost feel the dampness in the air, the soft rustle of leaves underfoot. This is a place where warring tribes once clashed, but now all we hear is the slow, quiet scratch of quills scripting the cultural rebirth. This is the story of Charles, a visionary born in a chaotic 8th century world. According to the ancient account of Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, he forged a vast Christian empire with both steel and scripture. Now, let's move to the quiet grandeur of Aachen's Palatine Chapel. Imagine the warm golden glow of candlelight reflecting off the ancient mosaics. The air here is still and calm. Feel the coolness of the stone floor beneath your feet, and the gentle chill from Aachen's natural hot springs, where Charlemagne once swam. You can almost feel the weight of his jeweled crown, a symbol of his power, and hear the soft rustle of Carolingian, minuscule scrolls as they revived ancient texts. The mysteries of his life are now just whispers in the wind. We don't need to race to find answers. We can simply let our minds rest on the image of this great king, the father of Europe, who was crowned Holy Roman Emperor in 800. These stories, etched in the Annales Regni Francorum and passed down by monks, don't need to feel like a fast-paced epic. They can simply be a gentle pulse of history, a quiet dream of unity. And so, we stand in the shadow of Aachen's chapel, where starlight seems to dance on the ancient stones. The chapel stands. Today, its mosaic still glinting, and we can rest knowing that some secrets of the past are meant to remain untouched. Charlemagne, the king who unified a continent, now faces eternity under the watchful gaze of the heavens. And now, if you're comfortable, please dim the lights a bit more. Let the hum of a distant fan or a soft forest breeze be your background. If you find peace in these stories, perhaps take a moment to gently tap the like button, a simple quiet gesture to mark your journey with us. Or maybe, if you feel drawn to it, share a single word in the comments about where you're listening from. It's a small way to connect across the world as we all settle down for the night. If you'd like more of these gentle journeys, consider subscribing and tapping the bell. It's a way to let this quiet history find its way back to you whenever you need it most. Now, let your shoulders relax. Hear the distant echoes of Frankish swords and the gentle flicker of candlelight on palace walls. Step into our time machine and let your mind float freely into the history that awaits. Ease into the warmth of a fireside glow, dear listener, as we wander to a tranquil Frankish village in 742, where the soft murmur of a flowing river carries whispers of a young Charles, born to shape a sleeping land. Picture the soft fields near Liege, kissed by morning dew, or the warm stone halls of Aachen, where hearths glow faintly, casting a gentle light. The air is cool, carrying the hum of distant church bells, a soothing melody weaving through the mist, lulling the land to peace. This is the early Middle Ages, a time of hushed villages and sleepy forests, where Europe rests in a delicate balance, its heart beating softly after the Roman Empire's fall in 476. Those grand Roman roads, once bustling, now lie quiet, lined with whispering weeds like old stories fading into the night. You're a farmer, hands resting gently on a wooden plow, the earth cool and calm beneath your feet, and you breathe deeply, letting the day's worries slip away like leaves on a tranquil stream. The Franks hold sway over northern France, Belgium, and western Germany, their lands a patchwork of rolling hills and quiet rivers. They're Merovingian kings, descendants of Clovis I, who united tribes long ago, are now gentle shadows, their long hair a royal emblem, but their power as soft as a fading breeze. Per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, these lazy kings, as history calls them, sit quietly in their halls while mayors of the palace, steady and wise, guide the kingdom with a calm hand. Imagine a serene court where scribes dip quills in ink, their soft scratches blending with the evening stillness, writing tales of a land seeking harmony. You're a villager, warmed by a fire's glow, your breath slowing as you drift into this peaceful scene, the world outside fading like a distant memory. Charles Martel, born in 688, Charlemagne's grandfather, brought a gentle strength to this quiet kingdom. Around the year 732, at the Battle of Tours, his steady soldiers stood like a calm forest against an Umayyad army from Al-Andalus. On a misty hill, their shields formed a quiet wall, turning back invaders under a cloudy sky. Per Anno Regni. Francorum. Martel's victory was a soft whisper of safety, guarding Christian Europe like a shepherd watching his flock. His reforms were gentle, weaving loyalty like a warm blanket. He strengthened cavalry, their hooves a distant rhythm on the fields, and shared church lands with loyal warriors, planting the seeds of a peaceful feudal order. Per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Picture a quiet manor where knights rest by hearths, their armor glinting softly, and missionaries like Boniface carry gentle words of faith to distant lands. You're a traveler resting by a stream, feeling the calm of Martel's steady hand. Your thoughts growing heavy as sleep nears. Martel's son, Pepin the Short, born in 714, carried this quiet legacy forward, his steps soft but sure. In a time known as 751, he gently took the throne, guiding the last Merovingian king, Childeric III, to a monastery with a peaceful blessing from Pope Zacharias. At Soissons, Bishop Boniface anointed Pepin with holy oil, a soft ritual that tied kingship to heaven's calm, for richest daily life in the world of Charlemagne. The air was thick with incense, the crowd hushed, as this moment wove the Franks into a divine tapestry. In 754 and 756, Pepin crossed the Alps, his army moving like a gentle tide. Easing the Lombard threat to Rome, instead of keeping the lands, he gifted them to the Pope, the donation of Pepin creating the Papal States, a haven of faith glowing softly in the south. Per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. His counts, appointed with care, governed regions like gardeners tending a quiet field, while Boniface's missionaries spread Christian words to Bavaria and Saxony, their voices as soft as a lullaby. Imagine a village at dusk, fires flickering, the world settling into a gentle rhythm of peace. You're a cleric, your heart calm, as you listen to the faint chant of prayers. Your eyelids growing heavy. Europe, in this time, is a tranquil mosaic, its tribes resting under their own stars. The Lombards in northern Italy, led by Desiderius, dream quietly, though their eyes drift to Rome, a distant prize. From 773 to 774, Charlemagne would later calm their unrest, per McKitterick's Charlemagne. The formation of a European identity. Saxons in northern Germany, with their sacred oaks, worship under moonlight, their resistance a soft murmur until Charlemagne's campaigns from 772 to 804, marked by the sad shadow of Verdun in 782. In Spain, Visigoths hold northern hills, their lives a quiet dance with the seasons, while Bavarians under Tassilo III joined the Frankish fold in 788. Smaller tribes, Alemanni, Frisians blend into this gentle tapestry, their villages nestled in valleys, safe for now. Picture a starry night, where each tribe's fire glows softly, a constellation of lives bound by the land. You're a merchant, your cart still, resting by a quiet road, the world hushed around you. Society is a gentle pyramid, each layer settled in calm routine. Nobles rest in warm manners, their laughter soft as they share bread and wine, their loyalty woven like threads in a blanket. Serfs, tied to the fields, work with steady hands planting. Grain under a kind sky, their lives a quiet rhythm of labor and rest. Free peasants tend small plots, their days simple, their nights filled with the hum of crickets. The clergy, bishops, monks, priests carry a soft light, their monasteries glowing like beacons of wisdom. Monks copy manuscripts in candlelit halls, each stroke of their quills a whisper of ancient stories, preserving Augustine and scripture like treasures in a quiet chest, per rich. Christianity's gentle glow binds the Franks, its rituals a soothing chant, while pagan songs linger faintly in Saxon woods, like echoes of a forgotten dream. You're a villager, sitting by a fire, the warmth easing your thoughts, the world outside fading into stillness. The economy hums softly, centered on farming. Manors stand like quiet islands, growing grain and raising livestock, their fields a patchwork of calm. Trade is a faint whisper, carried by travelers along old Roman roads, now lined with moss. Barter binds communities, goods exchanged with a nod and a smile, no coins needed in this tranquil world. The Dark Ages feel soft, not dim, as monasteries guard knowledge like a gentle flame, their scribes working slowly, their halls filled with the scent of parchment. Pagan and Christian ways blend in quiet villages, their differences softened by shared harvests. Picture a market at dusk, voices low, the air warm with the promise of rest. You're a trader, your wares safe, your heart slowing as the night deepens. Charlemagne enters this serene world around 742. In Aachen or Liege, his birth a quiet spark in a land of whispers. His Carolingian family, rising like a steady tide, carries the strength of Martel and the faith of Pepin, who passed in 768. Young Charles, named for his grandfather, grows in a court of soft murmurs, where scribes and nobles dream of unity. His brother Charlemagne's death in 771 leaves him sole ruler, a gentle destiny unfolding, per Einhard. Legends wrap him softly, his horse Bayard, swift and sure, carries him through misty fields. His sword Joyeuse, gleaming faintly, sings of fairness. These tales like a lullaby calm his people, per Barbero. His court, a haven of scribes, hums with dreams of a Christian empire, its halls warm with candlelight. Imagine a quiet night, where stars watch over Aachen, and young Charlemagne dreams of a peaceful land. You're a courtier, your eyes heavy, the soft scratch of quills lulling you to rest. The Carolingians' rise is a gentle wave, washing over a fractured land. Martel's victory at Tours in 732, a quiet stand against chaos, built a foundation of safety. His cavalry moving like a steady stream, and his land reforms wove loyalty, per Ganshoff. Pepin's coup in 751, blessed by the Pope, and his donation of Pepin in 756, crafted a kingdom tied to faith, per McKitterick. The church, with its monasteries and bishops, is a soft network, guiding the Franks like a lantern in the dark. Charlemagne inherits this calm strength, his vision a gentle light cutting through the mist. Picture a village asleep, its fires low, the world wrapped in peace. You're a peasant, your breath slow, the night's calm embracing you. This world, so quiet and steady, shapes Charlemagne into a gentle giant, his heart set on weaving Europe into one. His conquests, from Saxony to Lombardy, will come, but for now, he is a boy in a land of whispers, his destiny a soft promise. The Franks, with their fields and faith, stand ready, their alliance with the church a glowing thread. The chaos of tribes, Lombards, Saxons, Visigoths, rest for now, their fires burning low. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley. The bells of Aachen fade, their chime a distant memory as the stars above guide you to peace. Breathe deeply, let the warmth of this world wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of Charlemagne's time. Can you hear the soft hum of a Frankish night, carrying you to sleep? Dear listener, let your thoughts glide like a quiet stream, through a Frankish manor in 742, where the faint crackle of a hearth warms a newborn Charles, destined to weave a kingdom from the embers of a tranquil age. The night is calm-filled, with the faint hum of a hearth fire, its glow flickering like a lullaby on the walls. A soft breeze weaves through the mist, carrying the distant chime of church bells, their melody wrapping the land in a soothing embrace. The Roman Empire, faded in the distant years of 476, is a quiet memory. Its once grand roads now silent paths lined with moss, blending into the twilight. Europe slumbers in the early Middle Ages, a patchwork of tribes, Franks, Lombards, Saxons, resting. Under starry skies, their lives hushed in the gentle rhythm of the night. You're a mother, holding your child close, the world serene around you, your thoughts drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream. This is the world of young Charlemagne, born Charles in the gentle days of 742, or perhaps a few years later, with records as faint as a fading dream, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni. His birthplace, maybe Aachen, Herstal, or Liege in modern Belgium or Germany, lies wrapped in a soft mystery, a quiet corner of a vast kingdom. The Franks' lands stretch over northern France, Belgium, and western Germany, a tapestry of rolling hills, quiet rivers, and sleepy villages nestled in peace. You're a villager, warmed by a fire's gentle glow, imagining a boy destined to weave this scattered land into one. His father, Pepin the Short, born as the years neared 714, took the throne when time marked 751 with a gentle hand, guiding the last Merovingian king, Childeric III, to a monastery with Pope Zacharias' soft blessing, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. His mother, Bertrada of Leon, a noble woman with quiet wisdom, shapes the court with care, her faith a warm light. Named for his grandfather, Charles Martel, who under the stars of 732 stood steady at Tours against an Umayyad army, young Charles grows in a world of calm legacy, per Annal Regni Francorum. Picture a manor at dusk, its windows casting a soft glow, the air warm with whispers of hope as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's gentle embrace. The Frankish court is a traveling haven, moving gently between manors. Like Aachen, Quergy, or Soissons, a quiet caravan of nobles, clerics, and warriors. Imagine a serene journey through misty fields, carts creaking under starlight, as Pepin's entourage settles disputes with soft words and binds lords with gentle oaths. Young Charles, a child in this roving world, rests in warm halls, the faint murmur of counsels lulling him to sleep. His father's coup when time marked 751, blessed by the Pope, teaches him that power is a quiet dance, woven with faith and care, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. Pepin's campaigns in the seasons of 754 and 756, easing Lombard threats to Rome, show Charles the steady strength of unity, his gift of the Papal States, a soft beacon of faith glowing in the south, like a lantern in a tranquil valley, per McKitterick's. Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. You're a scribe, your quill still, the soft scratch of ink fading into the night's calm, your thoughts softening as the stars guide you to a peaceful slumber. Charles's childhood unfolds. In this gentle court, a world of whispered lessons and warm fires. He plays in Aachen's courtyards, the grass soft underfoot, as knights share quiet tales of valor by the hearth, their voices blending with the evening breeze. His mother, Bertrada, guides him with a tender hand, her voice a soothing melody, telling stories of Martel's stand at Tours, where shields gleamed under a cloudy sky, a tale that settles like a lullaby in his heart. Picture a boy running through misty fields, his laughter blending with the wind as the kingdom rests around him. You're a nurse, watching him drift to sleep, the manor's warmth wrapping you in peace, your breath slowing as the night's calm deepens. His education is a gentle gift, rare in this time, crafted for a future king. In candlelit rooms, clerics speak softly, teaching Latin with a calm rhythm, their words like a river flowing gently. Charles learns governance, the steady art of ruling, and the quiet strength of faith, per Einhard. His mind, bright as a star, unravels disputes with a gentle touch, like a shepherd guiding a flock. He speaks Frankish, a warm tongue for daily rule, Latin, the Church's soft language for decrees, and Old High German, a gentle bridge to Eastern. Tribes like Saxons and Bavarians, per Mikitteric. These words weave his people together, a tapestry of peace glowing under the night sky. Imagine a quiet hall where scholars murmur, their voices a soft hum, blending with the faint crackle of a fire as the night wraps the court in a soothing calm. You're a learner, resting by a hearth, your thoughts softening as sleep draws. Near, military training comes gently, a steady rhythm in a warrior's world. Charles, tall and strong, holds a sword with care, his frame a quiet giant's, per Einhard. He joins Pepin's campaigns, watching from the sidelines, learning to guide. Lords with a soft word. In the seasons of 754 and 756, when Pepin calmed unrest in Aquitaine and Italy, Charles sees the gentle power of loyalty, his father's armies moving like a quiet tide, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne, hunting in the Ardennes forests. He moves through misty trees, chasing stags with steady steps, a quiet dance of skill that soothes the soul. Einhard tells of a young Charles, felling a bear with calm hands, a tale whispered like a lullaby, soothing his people. Picture a forest at twilight, leaves rustling softly, the air cool and calm, as the stars above beckon you to a gentle rest. Bertrada's faith, warm and steady, fills Charles with a dream of spreading Christianity, a quiet glue for the Franks. Her wisdom, navigating court whispers, teaches him to move softly through rivalries, per Barbaro. She arranges his brief marriage to Desiderata, a Lombard princess, a gentle alliance that fades like moonlight on a quiet stream, its memory soft as a dream. Her presence is a beacon, guiding the court like a star in the night sky. You're a court lady, resting in her shadow, the air warm with incense, your heart slowing as the night wraps you in peace. Imagine a quiet evening, where Bertrada's soft voice weaves tales of faith, her words a gentle hum, lulling you to a place of serene calm. Einhard paints Charles as a gentle soul, his quirks a soft glow in the court's warmth. He loves learning, practicing Latin letters by candlelight, tablets tucked under his pillow. Per Vita Caroli Magni, this quiet passion plants seeds for the Carolingian Renaissance, where schools and clear scripts spread knowledge like stars across. A tranquil sky, a dream of unity unfolding softly. He swims in Aachen's warm springs, the water rippling gently, his laughter a soft hum as nobles join him, per Rich. His high voice and warm smile make him a friend to all, his faith a steady anchor. Picture a king resting by a spring, the water's soft murmur blending with the night's calm, the air warm with the promise of peace, as you drift closer to a restful slumber. When Pepin passes in the gentle days of 768, the kingdom splits softly between Charles and his brother Carloman, per Anno Regni Francorum. Charles rules Austrasia, with quiet strongholds like Aachen and Metz, while Carloman holds Neustria, its fields serene around Paris and Orleans. Their bond frays softly, like a thread worn thin, their councils hushed with tension. Carloman's death in the quiet years of 771, at his peaceful villa in Samoussy, leaves Charles alone, a gentle shift to sole rule, per Mikitteric. Whispers of intrigue fade like mist, no proof staining the calm as Charles unites the lands. With a soft but sure voice, he guides Gerberga, Carloman's widow, and her sons to monasteries with care, a quiet choice to keep peace. You're a noble, resting in a manor, the world calm as sleep draws near. Charles appoints loyal counts, their oaths a soft promise, and leans on the church, its bishops glowing like candles per Ganshoth. His moves, gentle but firm, weave a kingdom strong and calm, like a river flowing smoothly through a tranquil valley. From 772 to 804, he'll face Saxons, their sad shadow of Verdun, in the somber days of 782, a distant memory. In the seasons of 773 and 774, he'll ease Lombard unrest per Barbaro. For now he builds quietly, his heart set on unity. His marriages Himeltrud, Hildegard, Fastrada, Lutgard bloom like flowers, bearing children who rest in his care per Einhard. Hildegard's passing, and later losses like Roland at Rongsvo, soften his heart but strengthen his dream, like a gentle tide shaping a quiet shore. Picture a court at dusk, children sleeping, the air warm with hope. His court hums softly, a haven of scribes and scholars like Alcuin, their voices a gentle murmur, per Rich. They copy texts, their quills scratching like a lullaby, crafting the Carolingian minuscule, a clear script for a peaceful future. Charles's children learn quietly, their studies a soft light for a new age, their lessons blending with the faint glow of candlelight in a tranquil hall. This calm vision, blending faith and learning, weaves a kingdom that dreams of unity, its halls warm with the promise of peace. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley. The gentle hum of Aachen's court fading into the night's embrace. The bells of the manor ring softly, their chime a distant whisper as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Can you feel the quiet warmth of Charlemagne's world, cradling you in calm? Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his court wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at rest. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes, lulling you to a peaceful slumber? Dear listener, let your heart rest like a traveler by a Frankish campfire, as we journey to the 8th century, where the soft rustle of banners in the wind tells of Charlemagne's steady hand, forging a kingdom through whispers of strategy and strength. Picture the Roman Empire's faded glory, lost under the stars of 476, lingering in moss-covered roads and silent ruins, fading like a dream into the twilight. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages nestled in rolling hills, warmed by the faint glow of hearth fires. Tribes Franks, Lombards, Saxons sleep under the night's calm, their feuds softened by a gentle breeze, like whispers carried away on the wind. You're a farmer, resting by a fire, the air cool with the scent of earth, your thoughts drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream, lulling you towards sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a young man born to weave a scattered land into one, shaped in the roving court of his father, Pepin the Short. Born in the gentle days of 742, he grows in a world of whispered lessons, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, his heart set on a dream of unity. His grandfather, Charles Martel, stood firm under the stars of 732 at Tours, his shields a quiet wall against an Umayyad tide, per Anno Regni Francorum. Pepin, born as the seasons turned to 714, took the throne when the years whispered 751, guiding the last Merovingian king, Childeric III, to a monastery with Pope Zacharias' soft blessing, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. Young Charles, molded by this legacy, learns to navigate a world where trust is rare, his ambition a quiet flame, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. He faces his brother Carloman and rebel lords with a steady hand driven by the Merovingians' fated strength and the church's gentle ties, his heart burning to spread Christianity and revive Rome's dream, per Einhard. Picture a manor at dusk, its windows glowing softly, the air warm with whispers of hope. As you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's gentle embrace, Charlemagne's genius lies in weaving strength with wisdom. His strategies, a soft tapestry of conquest, faith, and governance. Unlike rulers who wield harsh laws, he blends the steady rhythm of battles with the gentle hum of diplomacy, like a shepherd guiding a flock to peace. His vision, a Christian empire, spreads like starlight, uniting tribes under one calm banner. Permit-Kitteric's Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. His strategy rests on three gentle pillars: systematic conquest, spreading faith, and quiet governance, each thread weaving a kingdom strong and serene. You're a scribe, resting by a candle, the soft scratch of your quill fading into the night. Your thoughts softening as sleep draws near. His conquests move gently, like a river flowing through a quiet valley. He faces one foe at a time, a steady dance to keep peace, targeting tribes along the borders: Saxons in the north, Lombards in the south, Bavarians in the east. In the seasons of 773 and 774, he crosses the Alps, easing Lombard unrest with a calm hand. Per Barbaro. From the years of 772 to 804, he faces Saxons, their resistance a soft murmur until the somber days of 782 at Verdun, a distant shadow in his tale. Bavaria joins his fold when the years whispered 788, a quiet step toward unity. Permit-Kitteric. Each campaign is a gentle step, like planting seeds in a tranquil field, growing an empire under the stars. His battles are woven with care, avoiding the chaos of many foes at once. Per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Picture a quiet battlefield, the air still, as soldiers rest under a starry sky, their shields gleaming faintly. Lulling you to peace. Christianity is his gentle glue, binding tribes with faith. Missionaries like Boniface carry soft words to Saxony and Bavaria, their voices a soothing chant. Per Risch. Monasteries rise like candles in the dark, spreading knowledge and loyalty, their halls warm with the hum of scribes. Charles's decrees, issued with care, weave faith into laws, uniting diverse peoples under one calm dream. Per Ganshoff. Forced baptisms, though firm, are a quiet call to unity, blending tribes into a Christian fold, though some, like Alcuin, whisper of their weight. Permit-Kitteric. You're a monk, copying texts in a quiet hall, the scent of parchment lulling you, your thoughts drifting like clouds in a serene sky. Governance is his steady hand, appointing counts to tend regions like gardeners in a peaceful field. Royal envoys, moving softly on horseback, carry his words, binding lands with calm decrees. Per Ganshoff. His court in Aachen hums with scholars. Like Alcuin, their voices a gentle murmur, crafting the Carolingian minuscule, a clear script for a tranquil future. Per Rich. Charles's vision grows, a kingdom united by faith and law, glowing like a lantern in the night. Picture a court at twilight, its halls warm with candlelight, the air soft with the promise of peace, as you drift closer to a restful slumber. His counts and bishops, like stars in a quiet sky, guide the land, their loyalty a soft thread weaving unity. Per Barbaro. When Pepin passes in the gentle days of 768, the kingdom splits softly between Charles and Carloman. Per Annal Regni Francorum. Charles rules Austrasia, its strongholds like Aachen glowing quietly, while Carloman holds Neustria, its fields serene around Paris. Their bond frays softly, like a thread worn thin, their councils hushed with tension. Carloman's passing in. The quiet years of 771 at Samusi leaves Charles alone, a gentle shift to sole rule. Permit-Kitteric. Whispers of intrigue fade like mist, as Charles guides Gerberga and her sons to monasteries with care, a quiet choice to keep peace. You're a noble, resting in a manor, the world calm as sleep draws near. His strategies, though firm, carry a gentle cost, their weight softened by time. Alcuin's quiet doubts and modern voices, like McKitteric's, see their value but whisper of their shadows. Per Charlemagne. The formation of a European identity. His empire grows, a vast tapestry of faith and strength, its threads glowing under the stars. Picture a kingdom at rest, its fields quiet, its people bound by a shared dream. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Aachen's court fading into the night's embrace. The bells of the manor ring softly, their chime a distant whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Can you feel the quiet warmth of Charlemagne's world, cradling you in calm? Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his court wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at rest. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes, lulling you to a peaceful slumber? Dear listener, let your mind wander like a breeze through an alpine pass, as we drift to the 8th century, where the faint hum of a Lombard market whispers of Charlemagne's gentle march to weave Italy into his dream of peace. Picture the Roman Empire's faded glory, lost under the stars of 476, lingering in moss-covered roads and silent ruins, fading like a dream into the twilight's embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages nestled in rolling hills, warmed by the faint glow of hearth fires. The Lombard kingdom, stretching from the Alps to Italy's heart, stands like a quiet sentinel, its strength softened by whispers of discord among nobles, its ambitions a gentle murmur against the Roman Church's peace. You're a villager, resting by a fire, the air cool with the scent of earth, your thoughts drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream, lulling you toward sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a young king born to weave a scattered land into one. Born in the gentle days of 742, he grows in the roving court of his father, Pepin the Short, shaped by whispered lessons of power and faith, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni. His grandfather, Charles Martel, stood firm under the stars of 732. At Tours, his shield's a quiet wall against an Umayyad tide, per Anno Regni Francorum. Pepin, born as the seasons turned to 714, took the throne when the years whispered 751, guiding the last Merovingian king to a monastery with Pope Zacharias' soft blessing, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. Charlemagne, now king, steps into this world, his heart set on a Christian empire, per Barbaro Charlemagne, father of a continent. In the seasons of 773 and 774, he turns to the Lombards, led by King Desiderius, whose quiet reach presses gently against Rome, a soft threat to the Church's calm. Per Mickideric's Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity, his vision glows like a lantern, weaving faith and strength into a dream of unity. Picture a manor at dusk, its windows casting a soft glow, the air warm with whispers of hope as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's gentle embrace. The Lombards, ruling since the distant 6th century, built a stable realm, their lands a tapestry of rugged hills, fertile plains, and quiet villages, per Barbaro. Their strength, once steady, now frays softly, noble feuds and tensions with the Church like threads unraveling in a gentle breeze. Charlemagne sees this, his mind as steady as a star, planning a quiet move to bind Italy to his dream. Pope Hadrian, pressed by Desiderius' ambitions, sends soft pleas for aid, his words a gentle call across the Alps, seeing Charlemagne as faith's guardian, a legacy of Pepin's alliance in the seasons of 754 and 756, when he gifted the Papal States, per Rich. This call is a gentle thread, weaving the Franks and the Church into a shared dream of peace, its light glowing like a candle in a quiet hall. You're a cleric, resting by a candle, the soft scratch of your quill fading into the night, your thoughts softening as sleep draws near. Italy's value shines like a star in the dark, its roads linking northern lands to southern seas, its wealth a quiet promise for Charlemagne's empire, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Pavia, the Lombard capital, sits like a jewel, its trade routes humming softly, its treasures waiting to fuel future dreams. Verona and Milan, with their quiet riches, whisper of prosperity, their markets alive with the gentle clink of goods. Herbaro. Charlemagne's conquest is more than land, it's a gentle step toward unity, strengthening ties with the Pope, casting him as Christianity's shield. His march in the seasons of 773 through the Alps' misty passes is a quiet gamble, his army moving like a steady tide, their banners swaying gently in the mountain air, catching Desideries in a soft surprise, per Barbaro. The Alps, with their snow-kissed peaks, stand silent, their paths winding like a lullaby, guiding the Franks to Italy's heart. Picture a mountain path at twilight, snow falling gently, as soldiers rest under a starry sky, their shields gleaming faintly, lulling you to a peaceful calm. The Siege of Pavia. From fall in the seasons of 773 to June of 774 is a steady dance of patience. Charlemagne's army, with ironclad cavalry, encircles the city, their campfires glowing like stars, cutting off supplies with a gentle hand, per anno regni Francorum. The tents hum softly, soldiers sharing quiet tales under the night sky, their voices a soothing murmur. Hadrian's letters, soft as whispers, urge Lombard nobles to turn, their words a soothing call to peace, swaying hearts without a blade. Per Mechitaric. The city, wrapped in quiet hunger, yields as Desiderius surrenders, exiled to a Frankish monastery with care, a move that calms unrest, per Einhard. Charlemagne declares himself king of the Lombards, his voice soft but sure, weaving Italy into his realm, its wealth and roots a gentle gift for his dream, per Barbaro. The gates of Pavia open at dawn, the air warm with the promise of peace. As the city rests under a new banner, its streets hushed, its people dreaming of calm. Picture a city at dawn, its gates open, the air warm with the promise of peace, as you drift closer to a restful slumber, your thoughts softening like clouds in a serene sky. This victory is a gentle spark, lighting Charlemagne's path to a Christian empire. The church, led by Hadrian, names him Faith's Defender, a title glowing like a candle, per rich. Pavia, Verona, and Milan with their quiet riches, fuel his vision, their markets and fields a soft promise for future campaigns, per Ganshoff. His title as King of the Lombards whispers strength to Europe's tribes, a soft warning of his dream, per Mechitaric. The alliance with the Church, rooted in this conquest, sets the stage for the crowning years of 800, when Pope Leo III names him Holy Roman Emperor, a gentle nod to his role as faith's guardian, per Einhard. The Church's gratitude, like a soft hymn, binds the Franks to Rome, its light guiding the empire's heart, per Barbaro. You're a bishop, resting in a quiet hall, the scent of incense lulling you, your thoughts drifting like clouds in a tranquil sky. The conquest's ripples spread gently, proving Charlemagne's strategy of blending conquest with faith, per Barbaro. Italy becomes a quiet base, its roads and wealth aiding campaigns against Saxons and Avars. From the years of 772 to 804, per anno regni Francorum. The Church's partnership shapes a holy empire, its light guiding future kings like a beacon. In a quiet night, per Mechitaric. Yet, some Lombard nobles whisper of Charlemagne's ambition, seeing his aid to Hadrian as a quiet grasp for power, per Barbaro. His mercy exiling Desiderius, granting only key papal lands weaves peace, but his control glows strongest, per Reach. Historians like Mechitaric note this blend of piety and power, a quiet tension in his legacy, per Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. The conquest challenges Byzantium's claim as Rome's heir, its light shifting westward to Rome and Aachen, per Ganshoff. You're a noble, resting in a manor, the air warm with the scent of wax, the world calm as sleep draws near. The victory's gentle waves carry dreams of unity, its threads weaving a kingdom under the stars. This gentle triumph, a first move in a grand dream, shows Charlemagne's wisdom, blending strength with faith, per Ganshof. His conquest of the Lombards, a quiet step toward unity, shapes Europe's heart, its threads glowing under the stars. The Alps stand silent, their peaks watching over a land at rest, their snow a soft blanket for the night. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Pavia's fall fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant church ring softly, their chime a whisper as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Can you feel the quiet warmth of Charlemagne's world cradling you in calm? Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his court wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at rest. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes lulling you to a peaceful slumber? Dear listener, let your thoughts sway like branches in a Saxon grove, as we journey to the 8th century, where the soft crackle of a northern fire tells of Charlemagne's patient quest to bind a fierce land with faith. Picture the Roman empires. Faded glory, lost under the stars of 476, lingering in moss-covered roads and silent ruins, fading like a dream into the twilight's embrace. The Saxons, a fierce people in the northern and eastern lands of what we now call Germany, stand like ancient oaks, their sacred groves alive with the soft whisper of wind through gnarled branches, a soothing murmur of their ancient tongue echoing. Woden and Thunner, their spirits unyielding as the misty swamps they call home. Their villages, scattered like stars, hum with quiet defiance, their rituals a gentle thread tying kin to the land, the faint rustle of leaves blending with chants in a forgotten tongue. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages nestled in rolling hills warmed by the faint glow of hearth fires. You're a villager, resting by a fire, the air cool with the scent of pine, your thoughts drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream, lulling you toward sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a king born to weave a scattered land into one. Born in the gentle days of 742, he grows in the roving court of his father, Pepin the Short, shaped by whispered lessons of power and faith, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni. His grandfather, Charles Martel, stood firm under the stars of 732. At Tours, his shield's a quiet wall against an Umayyad tide, per Anno Regni Francorum. Pepin, born as the seasons turned to 714, took the throne when the years whispered 751, guiding the last Merovingian to a monastery with Pope Zacharias' soft blessing, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. Charlemagne, fresh from his Lombard victory in the seasons of 773 and 774, turns to the Saxons, a challenge as vast as the northern forests, their resistance a quiet storm against his dream of a Christian empire, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. This 32-year campaign, from the years of 772 to 804, is a gentle dance of strength and wisdom, weaving battles, faith, and diplomacy into a tapestry of unity, per Machideric Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a manor. At dusk, its windows casting a soft glow, the air warm with whispers of hope, as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's gentle embrace. The Saxons live in a world of scattered tribes, led by chieftains who guard their sacred Irminsul, a towering tree or pillar glowing with ancient rites, its shadow swaying gently in the breeze, per Rish. Their villages, nestled in quiet forests and misty swamps, hum with the rhythm of defiance, their faith a gentle bond tying kin and land, their axes gleaming faintly under moonlight. Charlemagne sees them as both a threat and a key to his vision, their lands a bridge between northern and central Europe, rich with timber and fields, per Ganshof's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Christianizing them is a quiet call to unity, binding tribes under one faith, with the church as a glowing lantern, per Machideric. Their resistance, fierce as the northern winds, makes this a marathon of will, unlike the swift Lombard conquest. You're a scribe, resting by a candle, the soft scratch of your quill fading into the night, your thoughts softening as sleep draws near. The campaign begins in the quiet days of 772. When Charlemagne raises the Irminsul, its flames a soft flicker in the Saxon heart, the wind carrying its ashes like a whispered lament, per anno regni Francorum. The act, like a gentle breeze scattering leaves, shakes their spirit, leaving villages hushed in sorrow, their sacred groves silent under the stars. The Saxons, led by the cunning Wittikind, strike back with quiet raids, their warriors slipping through forests like shadows, per Barbaro. The campaign stretches over decades, with 80 major battles and countless skirmishes, each a quiet step in a long dance, per Einhard. The somber days of 782 at Verdun, where 4,500 Saxons face a tragic end, cast a heavy shadow, yet spark fiercer resistance, per Mackiterick. Picture a forest at twilight, campfires glowing softly as soldiers rest under a starry sky, their shields gleaming faintly, lulling you to a peaceful calm. Charlemagne's strategy is a gentle weave of strength and cunning. He builds forts along the Elbe, their walls rising like silent sentinels, their gates whispering of peace per Ganshof. His spies moving softly through the mists sow discord. Among chieftains, offering land and titles to those who waver, their words a quiet promise of calm, per Barbaro. His decrees, like the capitular Saxon, whisper baptism or exile, a firm but quiet call to faith, per Rich. Missionaries with voices soft as hymns spread Christianity, their words a soothing chant in Saxon villages, their teachings blending with the rustle of leaves, per Mackiterick. Monasteries like Fulda and Corvey rise like candles, their halls humming with scribes, spreading knowledge and loyalty, their quills scratching like a gentle lullaby. By the gentle years of 785, Wittikind's surrender at Attigny with Charlemagne. As godfather is a quiet triumph, his baptism a glowing moment of peace per Einhard. Yet, soft rebellions linger until the years of 804, when Saxony rests fully in the Frankish fold, its villages hushed under a shared faith, per anno regni Francorum. You're a diplomat, resting in a quiet hall, the scent of wax lulling you, your thoughts drifting like clouds in a serene sky. The campaign's cost is heavy, its shadows long. The Verdun tragedy, a desperate act to break resistance, stirs more defiance, per Einhard. Saxon warriors, hidden in swamps, strike like whispers in the night, their ambush is a quiet challenge. To Charlemagne's will, per Barbaro. His heavy cavalry, trudging through mud, faces ambushes in dense woods, their armor gleaming faintly under moonlight, per Ganshof. The capitular Saxon, mandating faith, turns churches into quiet battlegrounds, their altars glowing softly, per Rich. Yet, Charlemagne's persistence weaves peace, his forts and missionaries a gentle net, per Mackiterick. You're a convert, standing by a river, the water's soft ripple calming your heart, as you sink deeper into rest, the air warm with the promise of peace. The victory's ripples spread gently, securing Saxony's lands and wealth, a cornerstone for the empire, per Ganshof. Monasteries bloom, their scribes copying texts in quiet halls, their candles casting a soft glow, per Rish. The church's light binds the Saxons, paving the way for the crowning years of 800, when Charlemagne becomes Holy Roman Emperor, per Einhard. Yet the cost erasing ancient rites whispers of a heavy price, per Mackiterick. Picture a kingdom at rest, its fields quiet, its people bound by a shared dream. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Saxony's fall fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant church ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Can you feel the quiet warmth of Charlemagne's world, cradling you in calm? Breathe deeply, Let the soft glow of his court wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at rest. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes lulling you to a peaceful slumber? Dear listener, let your mind drift like a leaf on the Danube's gentle flow, as we wander to the 8th century, where the faint murmur of a Bavarian monastery hums of Charlemagne's cunning weave to unite a quiet duchy. Picture the Roman Empire's faded glory, lost under the stars of 476, lingering in moss-covered roads and silent ruins, fading like a dream into the twilight's embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages nestled in rolling hills, warmed by the faint glow of hearth fires. Bavaria, a semi-independent duchy in the southeast, lies cradled by rugged Alps and dense forests, its Danube valleys whispering of wealth and faith, a quiet sentinel under the stars. The air hums with the soft rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of monks chanting in Regensburg's stone halls, their voices blending with the gentle flow of rivers, a soothing hymn carried on the evening breeze. You're a villager, resting by a fire, the air cool with the scent of pine, your thoughts drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream, lulling you toward sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a king born to weave a scattered land into one. Born in the gentle days of 742, he grows in the roving court of his father, Pepin the Short, shaped by whispered lessons of power and faith, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni. His grandfather, Charles Martel, stood firm under the stars of 732. At Tours, his shield's a quiet wall against an Umayyad tide, per Anno Regni Francorum. Pepin, born as the seasons turned to 714, took the throne when the years whispered 751, guiding the last Merovingian to a monastery with Pope Zacharias's soft blessing, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. Charlemagne, strengthened by his Lombard victory in the seasons of 773 and 774, and his Saxon campaigns from the years of 772 to 804, turns to Bavaria in the quiet years of 787 and 788, a swift and cunning move to bind this duchy to his Christian empire, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. This campaign, unlike the Saxon War's heavy toll or the Lombard siege, is a gentle dance of diplomacy, a bloodless triumph glowing like a lantern, its light weaving a dream of unity across a fractured land. Per Mick Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a manor at dusk, its windows casting a soft glow, the air warm with whispers of hope as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's gentle embrace. Bavaria, under Duke Tassilo III of the ancient Adigilofing line, rests like a quiet fortress, its Alps and forests a natural shield, its salt mines and fertile fields a gentle promise of wealth, per Rich. Monasteries like Regensburg hum softly, their faith a glowing thread in the Christian tapestry, their scribes copying texts in candlelit halls, the air warm with the scent of wax. Tassilo, once a Frankish ally appointed by Pepin, drifts from loyalty, his ambitions a soft murmur against Charlemagne's dream, his ties to the ousted Lombard king Desideries and eastern Avars a quiet threat, per Barbaro. His defiance, ignoring summons and forging secret councils in quiet Bavarian halls, phrase the empire's unity like a thread worn thin, per Mechideric. His private gatherings, held under the starlit roofs of noble manors, whisper of independence, their voices soft but bold, challenging the Frankish crown. Charlemagne sees Bavaria's riches and strategic place as a cornerstone, a bridge to the southeast, its trade routes humming like a gentle river, their paths winding through quiet valleys. To distant markets, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Merchants tread softly along these routes, their carts creaking under the weight of salt and grain, their lanterns casting a faint glow, a quiet promise of prosperity linking Bavaria to the empire's heart. You're a scout, resting on an alpine Slope, the snow's soft fall lulling you. The distant chime of monastery bells calming your heart as you drift closer to a restful slumber. Charlemagne's strategy is a gentle weave of cunning, favoring words over swords. In the quiet days of 787, he summons Tassilo to Worms, a Frankish stronghold, for a summit glowing with intent per Einhard. Surrounded by nobles and clergy, he accuses Tassilo of oath-breaking, his voice soft but firm, a public shaming like a whisper in a quiet hall, per Bar. Pope Hadrian's condemnation, a spiritual beacon, sways Bavaria's devout nobles, their hearts heavy with fear of divine wrath, per McKitterick. The Pope's letters, carried by messengers through snowy passes, glow like candles, urging loyalty to Charlemagne's cause. Charlemagne's spies, moving like shadows through villages, gather whispers of Tassilo's avars talks, their secrets a gentle net tightening around the Duke, their footsteps soft on forest paths, per Riche. His armies, positioned along borders, cut supply routes like a soft tide, their forts rising like silent sentinels, their walls casting long shadows over quiet valleys, per Ganshoff. These outposts, built by laborers under starry skies, hum with the promise of peace, their gates a quiet reminder of Frankish strength. Villagers watch these forts rise, their fires warming the night, their lives woven into the empire's calm, as scribes record oaths of loyalty in soft candlelight. You're a cleric resting by a candle, the soft scratch of your quill fading into the night, your thoughts softening as sleep draws near. The campaign moves swiftly. From Worms in 787 to Tassilo's fall in 788. At Ingelheim, Charlemagne charges Tassilo with treason, his trial a quiet drama backed by noble testimonies and papal words per Einhard. The hall, warmed by flickering torches, hums with whispered oaths as nobles turn from Tassilo, their loyalty shifting like a gentle breeze. Tassilo, cornered by encirclement and spiritual threats, surrenders without a fight, exiled to Prum. Monastery, his family scattered to cloisters per Barbaro. Bavaria rests in the Frankish fold, its counts and missi dominici weaving Charlemagne's rule like a gentle thread, per Ganshoff. The comitatus system, a soft framework of loyalty, binds the land, its counts tending villages like shepherds, while monasteries spread faith and culture, their halls humming with scribes, their quills scratching like a gentle lullaby per Rich. The fields of Bavaria, once defiant, now rest under Frankish banners, their harvests a quiet gift to the empire. Peasants till these fields, their plowshares turning the earth under a serene sky. There lives a quiet hymn to the empire's peace. Picture a forest at twilight, campfires glowing softly, as nobles pledge loyalty under a starry sky, lulling you to a peaceful calm. This bloodless victory, a gentle spark, proves Charlemagne's wisdom, per McKitterick. Bavaria's wealth fuels campaigns against the Avars, its Alps a quiet shield for the empire, its salt mines and farms a soft promise of prosperity, per Ganshoff. The Church's alliance, glowing like a candle, paves the way for the crowning years of 800, when Charlemagne becomes Holy Roman Emperor, per Einhard. Yet, some whisper of his ambition, seeing his cunning as a quiet grasp for power, per Barbaro. The integration of Bavaria, seamless as a river's flow, sets a model for the empire. Its monasteries encounts a gentle net of unity, per Rich. The land rests under a shared faith, its markets humming softly, its people bound by the gentle rhythm of Charlemagne's rule. Picture a kingdom at rest, its fields quiet, its people bound by a shared dream. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Bavaria's fall fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant church ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Can you feel the quiet warmth of Charlemagne's world, cradling you in calm? Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his court wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at rest. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes lulling you to a peaceful slumber? Dear listener, let your thoughts ripple like a breeze over the Pannonian plains as we glide to the 8th century, where the soft glow of an Avar campfire whispers of Charlemagne's steady path to claim a treasure-laden land. Picture the faint traces of old Roman roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's calm embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests gently, its villages nestled in quiet fields, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. The Avars, a nomadic people of the Pannonian plains, dwell in their ring forts along the Danube's soothing flow, their lands a tranquil expanse under the stars. Imagine the faint, whispering wind rustling through endless grasslands, a soft sigh that carries the distant, rhythmic munching of horses grazing peacefully, adding a layer of authentic serenity to this vast, open landscape. The air carries the gentle rustle of grasses, the distant murmur of river waters, and the soft hum of trade routes weaving a lullaby on the evening breeze. You're a villager, resting by a crackling fire, the scent of earth calming your senses, your thoughts floating like petals on a still stream, guiding you toward sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a king weaving unity from scattered lands. His triumphs over the Lombards, Saxons, and Bavaria's subtle fold set the stage for his gentle campaign against the Avars from 791 to 796, a patient effort to weave their lands into his Christian empire. Per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. Unlike the Saxon War's steady toll or Bavaria's quiet dance, this campaign blends strategy and trust, its treasure a glowing gift to the empire's dream. Per Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a village at dusk, its windows casting a warm glow, the air filled with whispers of peace as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. The Avars, hailing from distant steppes, rest in the Pannonian plains modern. Hungary, Austria, and beyond their ring forts simple circles of earth and moat, standing as quiet sentinels. These strongholds glow softly under the stars, their walls a gentle presence. Their swift riders in a horde of gold, silver, gems, and silks, gathered from distant trades, make them a serene yet formidable force, per riches daily life in the world of Charlemagne. You're a traveler, resting by the Danube, its soft ripples soothing you, glad for calm paths under starry skies. Controlling trade routes along the river, they border Charlemagne's eastern lands, their ways clashing gently with his Christian vision, their wealth a quiet promise for his ambitions, per Barbaro. Their ring forts and mobility, unlike Bavaria's alpine calm or Saxony's misty marshes, pose a unique, tranquil challenge, their lives flowing like a steady stream. The Avars' raids and potential alliances with Slavs or Bavarian figures like Tassilo III whisper of distant tensions. But Charlemagne's approach remains one of measured wisdom, drawing on the horde's promise as noted in the Anno Regni Francorum to support his realm's quiet growth. Charlemagne's approach is a soft weave of wisdom, favoring patience over force. In 791, he leads his forces from Bavaria into the Pannonian plains, supported by Danube riverboats carrying supplies like a gentle tide. Per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, an ambush near the Enns River in 791 reveals the Avars' swift riders, who fade like shadows. You're a soldier, resting in a quiet meadow, the grass's soft sway calming you, longing for the peace of familiar fields. Charlemagne reflects in Regensburg's halls, refining his plans with lessons from past campaigns, turning setbacks into gentle steps, per Barbaro. He entrusts his son Pepin, King of Italy, with a key role, a soft handoff to the next generation. Per Pepin advances from Italy through mountain passes, while riverboats ensure a steady flow, echoing the Fossa Carolina's calm foresight. Per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Charlemagne disrupts Avar supplies with care, sparking soft unrest, while his agents uncover divisions, weaving disunity like a gentle breeze through reeds, per rich. He invites Slav tribes with promises of land and peace, turning neighbors into quiet allies like threads in a serene tapestry. This pincer strategy, with forces converging softly from multiple directions, mirrors the careful orchestration of supply lines, ensuring the campaign's steady rhythm without haste. From 792 to 795, Charlemagne persists with steady sieges and advances, softening the forts through patience and whispers of unity. His envoys spread messages of shared peace, warming hearts like a glowing hearth. As the years unfold gently, these sieges involve careful encirclements, where Frankish scouts move like whispers across the plains, their footsteps blending with the soft wind, gathering knowledge to erode the Avars' resolve from within. By 796, weariness and harmony sway Avar leaders. Their chief Teuton yields gently, accepting baptism a quiet step into the Christian fold. Shared across the plains, per Einhard. Pepin's careful approach to the main ring fort, with tools and steady hands, opens its gates. The fort's yield reveals a hoard gold, silver, jewels, and exotic goods carried to Aachen for churches and halls, per Makitteric. You're a carrier, resting with the treasures, grateful for safe paths under the stars. Einhard praises the hoard as a gentle windfall, funding Aachen's quiet splendor, schools, and scribes, spreading a soft revival across the empire. The collapse of the Avar domain, with survivors embracing baptism and integration, marks a serene transition, as monasteries like Mansi plant seeds of faith in the once nomadic dust. The Avars' lands rest within the Frankish embrace. There, people welcomed through baptism and gentle integration, with monasteries like Mansi humming faith and learning, per Riche. These centers shine like candles, planting serenity in the plains. The hoard fuels the Carolingian Renaissance, supporting Aachen's calm halls and church ties, strengthening bonds like a soft thread, per Mikitteric. Charlemagne's victory proves the quiet strength of trust and patience, securing eastern borders and trade routes, setting a serene model for the empire. The cultural flow, from artifacts and libraries to new teachings, enriches the land gently. The church weaves the people into a Christian tapestry, while the hoard supports scribes and scholars, illuminating the shadows with a soft light. Pepin's role, shaped in quiet fires, affirms Charlemagne's care for legacy. The campaign's whisper, as Makitteric notes, lies in its steady growth, with roots flourishing under peace, its gentle ripple echoing through time. With the Avars folded into the empire, Charlemagne turns westward, where faint murmurs stir in his tranquil realm. This conquest, extending to form the March of Pannonia as a buffer zone, ensures lasting calm along the frontiers, allowing trade to flow like a peaceful river. Even after initial successes, subtle risings in the years following 796 were met with steady resolve, leading to a permanent weaving of the lands by 803, as invading echoes faded into harmony. The Avars' integration, living under Frankish rule for decades before later shifts, reflects the empire's gentle expansion, fostering a cultural dawn that lingers like a soft melody. As the plains settle into quiet prosperity, envision the hoard's treasures being distributed softly, adorning altars and illuminating manuscripts in distant scriptoria, where monks copy ancient texts under flickering candlelight, their quills scratching a rhythmic lullaby that echoes the empire's harmonious growth. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping plain, the gentle hum of the Avars' integration fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of Charlemagne's plains wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of rivers, lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, Let your heart wander like a breeze through a Spanish olive grove, as we drift to the late 8th century, where the faint rustle of leaves tells of Charlemagne's patient steps to carve a frontier of faith. Picture the faint echoes of ancient Roman roads, fading like whispers in weathered stones, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in rolling fields, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Al-Andalus, modern Spain, the Umayyad rulers hold sway, their markets humming softly along the Guadalquivir, their lands cradled by the rugged Pyrenees. The air carries the faint whisper of wind over mountain passes, mingling with the distant soothing clink of a shepherd's bell, a delicate sound weaving calm across the vast frontier. The gentle murmur of trade routes blends with the rustle of olive groves, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. You're a villager, resting by a crackling fire, the scent of pine calming your senses, your thoughts drifting like petals on a quiet stream, guiding you towards sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a king weaving unity across scattered lands. His triumphs over the Lombards, Saxons, and Bavaria's subtle fold set the stage for his patient campaign in Spain from 778 to 801, a gentle effort to shield his Christian empire, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. Unlike the Saxon War's steady toll or Bavaria's quiet dance, this quest navigates rugged peaks and distant rivalries, birthing the Spanish March and a timeless tale, per Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a hamlet at dusk, its windows casting a warm glow, the air filled with whispers of peace as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. Al-Andalus, a Muslim stronghold since 711, rests like a distant beacon. Its Umayyad rulers a quiet challenge to Charlemagne's vision. Their markets pulse softly, their wealth a gentle lure, per riches daily life in the world of Charlemagne. The Pyrenees' craggy paths and Basque resolve form a serene barrier, unlike Saxony's misty marshes or Bavaria's alpine calm. You're a traveler, resting by a mountain stream, its soft ripples soothing you, grateful for calm trails under starry skies. The Basques per Einhard's Veta Caroli Magni move like shadows, their swift raids a quiet test. Charlemagne sees Spain as a shield for Christendom, a frontier to anchor his empire's dreams, per Barbaro. In 777, rebel governors like Sulayman ibn al-Arabi, at odds with Emir Abd al-Rahman I, offer whispers of alliance at Paderborn, per the Annal Regni Francorum. Charlemagne listens in quiet council, his thoughts steady as candlelight, envisioning a frontier where faith and trade could bloom like wildflowers in a serene meadow. Charlemagne plans a gentle convergence, leading one force through the eastern Pyrenees toward Zaragoza, another toward Barcelona, weaving unity like threads in a tranquil tapestry. Charlemagne's strategy is a soft blend of patience and wisdom. In 778, he guides his forces over the Pyrenees, their steps steady on rocky paths, per the Annal. You're a soldier, resting in a quiet valley, the grass's soft sway calming you, longing for familiar fields. He unites diverse troops, Franks, Lombards, Saxons, into a gentle whole, per Einhard. Targeting Zaragoza, he trusts Sulayman's word, but the governor's shift leaves the city's walls unyielding. After a patient siege, Charlemagne withdraws, and on August 15, 778, Basques strike at Roncesvalles Pass, claiming Roland, whose loss inspires the chanson de Roland, per Melchizedek. You're a survivor, resting by a fire, the stars above soothing your heart. Charlemagne raises Pamplona's walls to ease his path, a quiet step to secure peace, per Einhard. The setback, like a gentle lesson, refines his approach, tightening supply lines with care, per Barbaro. He pauses in the stillness of campfires, his general's whispers blending with the night's calm, crafting plans as delicate as a weaver's thread to mend the campaign's quiet fray. Undeterred, Charlemagne weaves diplomacy, stirring rivalries in Al-Andalus like a soft breeze. His envoys, moving through dusty markets, offer promises to rebel governors, fostering quiet disunity per Mikitteric. Their words, carried on the wind like seeds, take root in distant courts, softening the resolve of those who once stood firm. By the 790s, this patient work shapes the Spanish March in Catalonia, with Barcelona and Girona as calm outposts. He appoints loyal counts and builds monasteries like Urgel, spreading faith like candlelight per Rich. You're a monk resting in a stone cloister, the scent of wax soothing you, grateful for serene halls. Charlemagne's agents per Einhard slip through markets, gathering whispers to guide his moves. He supports local Christians, empowering them as quiet leaders per Mikitteric, while forts rise like sentinels, guarding trade routes. His careful raids from 785 to 790, like ripples across a still pond, weaken Muslim holds. As priests weave defectors into the Christian fold, their baptisms a soft bridge to unity. By 801, his son Louis the Pious captures Barcelona, securing the march with steady resolve, per the Annal. Louis's triumph, like a gentle dawn, affirms Charlemagne's trust, per Mikitteric. Louis walks the city's quiet streets, his steps echoing the empire's steady heartbeat. As local voices join in a soft chorus of loyalty, the Spanish March, a serene buffer, shields the empire, its churches and forts fostering faith and learning, per Rich. Plunder flows to Aachen, funding quiet chapels and scribes, fueling the Carolingian Renaissance, per Mikitteric. Roncesvalles' loss births the Chanson de Roland, a tale spreading like a soft melody, casting Charlemagne as Christendom's guardian, per Einhard. The march, per the Annal, sparks the Reconquista, its trade routes humming gently, enriching the empire. Monasteries like Ripple glow with learning, their scribes copying texts under flickering candles, their quills a soothing rhythm that binds Spain to the empire's heart. The campaign's legacy, per Mikitteric, lies in its gentle ripples, with Barcelona's markets flourishing and chivalric ideals shaping centuries. The march's quiet forts stand as beacons, their walls kissed by dawn's light, while local lords like Wilfrid the Hairy carry the dream forward, their fields blooming under a peaceful sky. As the Pyrenees cradle the frontier, their peaks softened. By twilight, the land whispers of harmony, its olive groves swaying gently under the moon. Monks in Ripple chant softly, their voices blending with the breeze, while merchants tread quiet paths. There wears a gentle thread in the empire's tapestry. The Shansung echoes like a distant lullaby, its verses carried on the wind, weaving Roland's sacrifice into the night's calm embrace. With Spain's frontier secured, Charlemagne turns north, where faint whispers of Danish sails stir his tranquil realm. Let your thoughts drift. Dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Spain's frontier fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply. Let the soft glow of Charlemagne's lands wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of mountain streams, lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your thoughts glide like a wave along a Baltic shore, as we wander to the late 8th century, where the soft creak of a merchant's cart hums of Charlemagne's quiet work to guard his empire's edges. Picture the faint traces of Roman roads, fading like whispers on weathered stones, blending into the night's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in misty valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. Across the northern coasts, the air carries the faint sigh of wind through reeds, mingling with the distant sleepy creak of a wooden cart inching along a trade path, as if too weary to rush, lulling the frontier into calm. In the eastern plains, the soft rustle of leaves weaves a tender melody, blending with the quiet hum of a trader's chant, drifting like a breeze over a still meadow. Along Brittany's shores, the gentle lapping of waves against rocky cliffs weaves a delicate rhythm, as if the sea hums a lullaby. In the quiet of dusk, the faint bleat of a shepherd's flock echoes softly, a soothing whisper that cradles the land in peace. The gentle murmur of Baltic waves and forest streams crafts a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a crackling fire, the scent of pine soothing your senses, your thoughts drifting like petals on a quiet stream, guiding you toward sleep. This is the world of Charlemagne, a king weaving unity across scattered lands. His triumphs over Lombards, Saxons, Bavaria, Avars, and Spain's frontier set the stage for his patient campaigns from 799 to 810, a gentle effort to secure borders and spread faith per barbarous Charlemagne, father of a continent. Unlike earlier conquests' bold strokes, these moves fortify edges with steady care. Per Mckitaric's Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a hamlet at dusk, its windows casting a warm glow, the air filled with whispers of peace as you sink deeper into rest. Your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace to dot by 799. Charlemagne's empire, newly crowned Holy Romain, stretches wide, its borders kissed by northern seas and eastern plains. Danes raid Frisia's coasts with sleek longships, while Slavs bicker over fertile lands and Bretons cling to Celtic pride in misty Brittany. Picture yourself wandering by a coastal fire, the faint glow of stars above calming your heart, as the distant murmur of traders' voices fades into the night. Charlemagne, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, sees these challenges as threads to weave into his empire's tapestry. Per Mckitarric, he crafts a shield of faith and stone, his thoughts steady as candlelight, envisioning a realm where peace flows like a quiet river, its waters reflecting the stars. His strategy blends steady defense, quiet diplomacy, and faith per Barbaro. Against the Danes 804 to 810, Charlemagne faces Viking raiders, their ships darting like shadows. Per the Annal Regni Francorum, they loot Frisia's hubs, slipping away softly, leaving monasteries hushed in prayer, their altars glowing faintly in the twilight. He strengthens the Danube, a massive earth wall across Jutland, per the Annal, its ditches deep and still. Envision yourself standing watch by the sea, the gentle waves below soothing your vigil, their rhythm a quiet promise of calm under a starlit sky. Charlemagne reinforces Hamburg's outposts per Mckitarric, their walls standing like silent sentinels, kissed by the soft light of dawn. He recruits Scandinavian defectors per Einhard to guide his moves, their knowledge blending softly into his plans like whispers carried on a gentle breeze. In 804, he relocates Saxons to weaken alliances, a gentle shift, scattering ties like petals on the wind, drifting across the quiet plains. By 810, a treaty with King Godfrey trades peace for calm, per Einhard, weaving harmony like a soft thread. As furs and amber flow to Aachen's halls, their glow warming the empire's heart. This deal fuels Aachen's coffers, its treasures glowing faintly like embers in a hearth, casting a soft light across the realm. His navy, per the Annal, patrols coasts, its oars dipping softly, guarding monks in quiet slumber under the stars. Per Mckitarric, he stations signal towers, their fires flickering like candles, guiding watchmen through the night's embrace. His ships glide gently, their sails catching the breeze, while coastal monasteries hum with prayers, their voices a soothing murmur blending with the sea's soft song. In quiet harbors, the faint creak of ropes sways with the tide, a delicate rhythm that lulls the coast into peace. The Slav campaigns 799 to 810 target tribes like the Obotrites, their plains rich in timber and salt, per the Annal. Charlemagne raids and builds roads per Einhard, linking villages like quiet threads. Picture yourself walking a newly paved path, the scent of fresh earth calming your steps, as the road stretches like a ribbon under moonlight, winding through silent forests. At Bardowick, he wins obotrite loyalty with land, Pyrenees, their pledges soft as whispers, binding them to the empire's peace like a gentle vow. Magdeburg's cathedral shines as a Christian hub, per McKitterick, its spires glowing softly, like beacons in the dawn, casting a warm light over the plains. His Missi Dominici oversee taxes and baptisms, their steps steady, weaving order like a gentle tide across the land. Monasteries like Munster spread learning, per McKitterick, their scribes' quills scratching softly in candlelit halls, rhythm blending with the faint hum of eastern winds, as Slavic youths learn Latin, sinking to the empire's rhythm like ripples in a still pond. In Magdeburg's markets, traders barter quietly, their voices a gentle hum under starlit skies, while monasteries glow with manuscripts, each page a tender step toward a cultural dawn, their words preserved like whispers in the night. Along the Elbe, the soft splash of oars echoes as merchants glide, their boats rocking gently, carrying salt and timber like offerings to a peaceful realm. The Bretons, 799 to 810, resist in foggy hills, per the Annal. Charlemagne raids and builds forts per Einhard, their stones settled gently, like stars anchoring the mist, standing as quiet guardians. Imagine yourself carrying stones to a rising fort, the gentle tap of tools fading into twilight as the walls rise under a quiet sky, their silhouettes soft against the horizon. Counts like Adolf govern with concessions per the Annal, their rule soft as a breeze, blending Celtic ways with Frankish peace, like a river joining the sea. Monasteries like Landevennik teach Latin, per McKitterick, their halls humming with learning, like a soft melody weaving faith into the land. Their coastal forts stand quiet under misty skies, the gentle rhythm of builders' tools fading into twilight, as Breton ports hum with trade, their ships rocking softly on the tide. In Rennes, Charlemagne's councils sway nobles with titles. Per McKitterick, their voices blending like a choir, knitting Brittany into the empire's tapestry with care. Along the rocky shores, the faint clink of merchants' coins mingles with the sea's murmur, while monks' chants drift like a delicate breeze, weaving the land into harmony. Charlemagne's infrastructure, fortresses, canals, roads, is his quiet genius. The Danube per Einhard stands sturdy, its walls a silent guardian, kissed by dawn's first light, casting a soft shadow over the land. Fossa Carolina, though swamp-thwarted, dreams of linking rivers, per the Annal, its waters gleaming faintly, a vision of trade flowing like a gentle stream through verdant valleys. Monasteries train scribes, per McKitterick, their halls aglow with candlelight, crafting order as steady as a heartbeat, their manuscripts glowing like stars in the night. These projects boost trade, per the Annal, their markets humming softly, amber and salt flowing like ripples across a calm lake, nourishing the empire's heart. His capitularies grant laborers rest, per McKitterick, their days eased like a soft breeze, though whispers of toil linger like distant echoes. Across the empire, merchants tread quiet paths, their carts creaking softly under starlight, while monks in Munster and Landevennik hum prayers, their voices a gentle thread weaving faith into the night. His forts stand like silent sentinels, their walls kissed by dawn, while the empire's markets pulse softly, ensuring peace as steady as a river's flow. On Frisian coasts, signal towers gleam under moonlight, their watchmen resting lightly, while Slavic roads stretch like quiet veins, carrying trade and faith as gently as a sigh. In Brittany, the fog lifts softly, revealing forts that guard the west, their stones settled like a lullaby, while monks' chants drift like a melody, soothing the land into harmony. In Hamburg's quiet outposts, the faint glow of watchfires blends with the sea's murmur, while traders' boats rock gently, their sails catching the dawn's light. Across the empire, the soft rhythm of hammers and prayers weaves a tapestry of peace, as Charlemagne's vision glows like a candle, guiding the land toward a serene dawn. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley. The gentle hum of Charlemagne's borders fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his empire wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of coastal waves, lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your mind rest like a scribe by an Aachen hearth, as we journey to the late 8th century, where the faint hum of a council's whispers tells of Charlemagne's genius in weaving a kingdom's strength. Picture the faint traces of Roman roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests gently, its villages nestled in quiet valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Aachen's halls, the faint murmur of scribes' quills blends with the distant clink of armor, a soothing rhythm like a river's flow, weaving calm across the empire. Along the frontiers, the soft sigh of wind through pine forests mingles with the gentle chant of monks in distant monasteries, their voices drifting like petals on a quiet stream. The air carries the scent of earth and wax, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a glowing hearth, the scent of cedar calming your senses, your thoughts floating like leaves on a still pond. Guiding you toward sleep, Charlemagne's greatness was not merely in battlefield victories, but in his gentle genius, weaving the Carolingian Empire into a unified realm. Per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. He blended strategy, faith, and culture with steady care, crafting a legacy that glowed like a candle in the night. Per Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a palace at dusk, its windows casting a warm light, the air filled with whispers of harmony as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. Charlemagne revolutionized the Frankish army, transforming tribal levies into a disciplined force. Before him, foot soldiers trudged, but he crafted a heavy cavalry knights in iron armor, riding trained war horses, wielding lances and shields rooted in Romang and Germanic ways. Per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, their hoofbeats echo softly across misty fields, a steady rhythm like a heartbeat, guiding the empire's strength. His capitularies ensured equipment and training. Per Einhard, forging warriors as steady as a river's current, their loyalty glowing like embers in a hearth. Envision yourself watching knights train in Aachen's fields, their armor glinting softly under dawn's light, the air filled with the gentle rustle of banners. The result was a force that swept from Italy to Eastern Europe, laying the roots of knighthood. Per logistics were Charlemagne's quiet strength, ensuring campaigns flowed smoothly. He built roads modeled on Roman paths linking Aachen to distant borders. Per the Anno Regni Francorum, these routes, with rest stops for horses and supplies, carried armies and trade like a gentle tide. Picture yourself riding a quiet path, the scent of fresh earth soothing your journey as the road winds like a ribbon under starlight. The Fossa Carolina Canal, though undone by swamps, dreamed of joining rivers. Per the Annal, its waters gleaming faintly, a vision of trade flowing like a soft breeze. His engineers, drawn from distant lands, designed forts and roads. Per their plans unfolding like a tapestry, weaving order across the land. In the Avars campaign, roads sped wagons through hills, ensuring steady supplies. Per though laborers toiled, their efforts were eased by Misi Dominici, their oversight soft as a whisper, guiding workers like a shepherd tends a flock. These works fueled trade. Per Barbaro, their markets humming gently, like a village waking to dawn's first light. Charlemagne wielded faith like a gentle hand, using Christian ideals to unify hearts. He framed campaigns as holy quests, toppling pagan sites like the Saxoner Minzel. Per Einhard, its fall a quiet signal, like a candle dimming in the wind, swaying foes to the Christian fold. Missionaries sowed devotion before armies marched per Mikitarik, their words drifting like seeds on a breeze, softening resolve in distant villages. Scholars like Alcuin crafted messages of unity per Einhard, their writings glowing like manuscripts. In a monastery's hush, imagine yourself standing in a pagan hamlet, the soft chant of missionaries blending with the rustle of leaves, guiding souls toward peace. Converts gained land per Mikitarik, their pledges a gentle thread, weaving loyalty into the empire's heart. His foresight bound tribes through faith and culture per Mikitarik. Capitularies mandated baptism, while monasteries spread learning per Barbaro, their halls aglow with candlelight, like stars anchoring the night. The Carolingian Renaissance preserved ancient texts per Mikitarik, its scribes copying words with a soft rhythm, like waves lapping ashore. In Spain, he built a border buffer per the Anal, its forts standing like quiet sentinels, guarding the land's edge. Picture yourself sketching a fort's design, the charcoal's soft scratch blending with the evening's calm as the empire's vision takes shape. His foresight shaped Europe's Christian soul per Mikitarik, its legacy glowing like a distant beacon. Charlemagne's talent management was a quiet art, gathering scholars like Alcuin and generals like Pepin per Einhard. In Aachen's halls, their voices blend like a choir, each note a thread in the empire's tapestry. Councils welcomed clerics and nobles per Mikitarik, their debates soft as whispers, weaving wisdom into the night. Alcuin's schools turned monasteries into centers of learning per Mikitarik, their lessons humming like a lullaby, shaping clerks who carried faith like a gentle flame. Envision yourself listening in a council, the faint rustle of parchment, soothing your thoughts as ideas bloom like flowers in a quiet meadow. Pepin's campaigns, like the Avars, glowed with trust per Einhard, his steps steady as a river, guiding the empire's future. His diplomacy wove peace with care, using marriages and gifts per Einhard. In Bavaria, daughters bound lords to the crown per the Anal, their vows soft as a breeze, knitting loyalty like a woven shawl. Gifts of gold and horses swayed tribes per Einhard, their gleam a quiet promise, drawing allies like moths to a flame. Imagine yourself bearing gifts across a frontier, the soft jingle of coins blending with the wind as peace settles like dust after a journey. His finesse ensured stability per Mikitarik, its ripples spreading like a calm lake's surface. Relations with Byzantium, tense after his 800 coronation, found peace in a 812 treaty per the Anal. His gift of an elephant, a bolabas, sealed bonds per Einhard, its steps heavy yet gentle, like a quiet vow of friendship. Picture yourself guiding the elephant's caravan, its slow tread soothing the dusty path, as the empire's ties strengthen under starlight. This shifted power westward per Mikitarik, like a tide turning softly, reshaping the world's shores. Charlemagne led with heart, marching with his troops per Einhard, his presence warm as a hearth, inspiring loyalty like a song carried on. The wind, his discipline and rewards kept armies strong per Mikitarik, their steps steady like a river carving a gentle path. Envision yourself marching beside him, the soft clink of armor fading into the night as the empire's strength glows like a distant star. His victories wove faith and culture per Barbaro, their legacy a soft light, illuminating Europe's dawn. In Aachen, scribes pen his deeds, their quills scratching softly, while markets hum with trade, their voices a gentle chorus. Along the frontiers, forts stand like silent guardians, their walls kissed by moonlight, while monks' prayers drift like a melody, weaving peace into the land. From Baltic shores to Breton cliffs, the empire's heart beats softly, its rhythm a lullaby that lingers like a whispered dream. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Charlemagne's empire. fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his legacy wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom. At peace, can you hear the faint murmur of rivers lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your thoughts drift like ink on a monastery's parchment as we glide to the late 8th century, where the soft glow of Aachen's scriptorium hums of Charlemagne's reforms, shaping a radiant empire. Picture the faint traces of Roman roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in quiet valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Aachen's halls, the faint rustle of parchment blends with the distant murmur of monks' chants, a soothing rhythm like a river's flow, weaving calm across the empire. Along the frontiers, the gentle sigh of wind through ancient oaks mingles with the soft clink of merchants' coins in distant markets, their voices drifting like petals on a quiet stream. The air carries the scent of earth and wax, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a glowing hearth, the scent of cedar soothing your senses, your thoughts floating like leaves on a still pond, guiding you towards sleep. After conquering much of Europe, Charlemagne Charles the Great wove a lasting empire, Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. His reforms in governance, economy, culture, and faith shaped a unified realm, sparking a renaissance that glowed like a candle in the night. Permickitoric's Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. Picture a palace at dusk, its windows casting a warm light, the air filled with whispers of harmony as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. Charlemagne's genius shone in comparing his rule to Qin Shi Huang, unifier of China. While Qin standardized writing and roads with harsh control, his empire faded swiftly, per comparative studies of the Roman and Han empires. Charlemagne blended law, faith, and culture, Permickitoric, his vision a gentle tapestry, weaving tribes into a Christian whole like a river joining scattered streams. He preserved ancient texts and built schools, their halls glowing softly, like stars anchoring the night. Envision yourself in a quiet monastery, the soft scratch of quills calming your heart, as knowledge blooms like a meadow under dawn's light. His empire endured, Barbaro, its legacy a soft flame, illuminating Europe's path. Crowned Holy Roman Emperor in 800 by Pope Leo III, Charlemagne restored order in Rome after a 799 rebellion, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magnae, in St. Peter's Basilica. The crown blended Roman tradition with faith, Permickitoric, its weight a quiet vow, uniting the West like a beacon in the dusk. Picture yourself standing in the basilica, the faint echo of hymns soothing your soul, as the empire's heart beats softly. He leveraged the title to unify Europe, Barbaro, its glow a gentle guide, shaping centuries like a starlit path. Charlemagne replaced the Merovingian feudal chaos with a county system, appointing loyal counts to govern 250 to 300 regions. Per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne, counts collected taxes and raised armies, reporting to Aachen, per the Annal. His Missi Dominici audited counties, per Ganshoff, their steps steady as a river's flow, weaving order like a gentle tide. Imagine yourself riding with a missus, the soft hoofbeats on stone roads lulling your journey as loyalty binds the land. This system fused secular and sacred power, Permickitoric, its harmony glowing like a candle in a quiet hall. His alliance with the Roman Church bolstered his rule, per Davis's Charlemagne's practice of empire. After conquering Lombards, he gifted lands to the church, per Einhard, their fields blooming like a vow of faith, paving the way for his coronation. The Admonitio Generalis, 789, mandated Christian learning, per Rich, its words drifting like seeds on a breeze, rooting faith in every village. Picture yourself in a village church, the soft hum of prayers blending with the evening's calm. As faith weaves the empire's heart. As a lawgiver, Charlemagne issued over 200 capitularies, standardizing governance per Ganshof. The Capitulaire de Villiers ensured estate harvests, while the Capitulaire Italicum unified Italian laws per the Annal. Their decrees flowed like a gentle stream, guiding counts with wisdom. Annual assemblies debated laws per Mackiteric, their voices a soft chorus, blending care with authority. Envision yourself at an assembly, the faint rustle of cloaks soothing the air, as laws take shape like a woven tapestry. His postal system, with horse relay stations, sped messages to Aachen. Per Einhard, its riders gliding like shadows, their hoofbeats a soft rhythm under starlight. Imagine yourself awaiting a courier, the distant gallop fading into the night as news binds the empire. This network ensured swift responses per the Anno, its reach a quiet thread, weaving unity across the land. Culturally, Charlemagne's Carolingian minuscule, developed by Alcuin, unified texts per rich. Monasteries like Corbie glowed with manuscripts, their pages preserving ancient words like stars in a quiet sky. Economically, his silver denarius standardized trade per Mackiteric, its gleam a soft promise, linking markets like ripples on a calm lake. Picture yourself trading in a bustling market, the gentle clink of coins soothing your trade as goods flow from sea to sea. His roads and the Fossa Carolina Canal, though undone by floods, dreamed of connection, per the Annal, their paths, winding like ribbons under moonlight. Aachen's palace with its Palatine chapel echoed Ravenna per UNESCO, its mosaics glowing softly, like a beacon in the dusk. The Carolingian Renaissance, led by Alcuin, was his crowning light per Rich. Schools and monasteries taught Latin and theology per the Duplex Legationis Edictum, their lessons humming like a lullaby, shaping minds like a gentle breeze. Envision yourself studying in a cloister, the soft chant of scholars blending with candlelight, as knowledge blooms like a quiet garden. It preserved 7,000 texts per Reach, their words a soft legacy, guiding Europe's dawn. In Aachen, scribes copy texts, their quills scratching softly, while markets hum with trade, their voices a gentle chorus. Along frontiers, forts stand, as silent guardians, their walls kissed by moonlight, while monks' prayers drift like a melody, weaving peace. From Baltic shores to Breton cliffs, the empire's heart beats softly, its rhythm a lullaby that lingers like a whispered dream. In quiet villages, the faint toll of church bells blends with the wind, while merchants' carts creak gently, their paths lit by stars. Across the empire, schools and churches glow like candles, their light a tender promise of unity. As Charlemagne's reforms weave a legacy that hums like a distant song, let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley. The gentle hum of Charlemagne's empire fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his legacy wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of rivers lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your heart rest like a traveler by a quiet Saxon fire, as we wander to the late 8th century, where the faint echo of a distant forge whispers of Charlemagne's hard choices to forge a lasting realm. Picture the faint traces of ancient roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in quiet valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Aachen's halls, the faint rustle of parchment blends with the distant chant of monks, a soothing rhythm like a river's flow, weaving calm across the empire. Along the frontiers, the gentle sigh of wind through ancient pines mingles with the soft toll of a village bell, its chime drifting like petals on a quiet stream. The air carries the scent of earth and wax, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a glowing hearth, the scent of cedar soothing your senses, your thoughts floating like leaves on a still pond, guiding you toward sleep. Charlemagne's reign, radiant with conquests and reforms, casts shadows of hard choices per barbarous Charlemagne, father of a continent. He wove a Christian empire, per Mechitheric Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity, its vision glowing like a candle in the night, yet touched by the quiet weight of sacrifice. Picture a palace at dusk, its windows casting a warm light, the air filled with whispers of harmony as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. Compared to Qin Shi Huang, who unified China with harsh laws, Charlemagne blended faith and culture, her comparative studies of the Roman and Han empires. Qin's empire faded swiftly per Barbaro, like a flame snuffed by the wind, while Charlemagne's endured, its roots deep as a quiet river. Envision yourself in a monastery, the soft scratch of quills calming your heart, as his legacy blooms like a meadow under dawn's light. His methods, though stern, fostered unity per Mechitheric, their glow a gentle beacon, guiding Europe's path. His ambition for an immortal empire drove harsh acts per Barbaro. In 771, he secured power by sidelining Carloman's heirs per Annal Regni Francorum, their absence a quiet shift like a breeze scattering leaves. The Verdun massacre of 782, beheading 4,500 Saxons, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, crushed rebellion, its echo fading like a distant storm, yet leaving the land hushed in awe. Forced conversions and labor for Aachen's palace and Fossa Carolina took lives per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne, their toil a heavy whisper, like waves lapping a somber shore. Picture yourself in a Saxon village, the soft chant of missionaries blending with the evening's calm, as faith takes root amid quiet sorrow. These acts, standard for the chaotic 8th century, per Davis's Charlemagne's practice of empire, wove order like a gentle thread, yet left traces of grief. Like shadows in the dusk, the era's turmoil tribal wars, pagan rites framed his choices per Barbaro. Leaders like Record, I used force per Davis, their rule a stern tide, shaping fractious lands. Verdun, though shocking per Annal Petaviani, broke Saxon resistance per Mechitheric, its weight a quiet turning, like a river carving a new path. Forced labor for Fossa Carolina and forts faced harsh conditions, per Annal Fuldenses, their struggles fading like echoes in a silent valley. Destroying Irminsul erased pagan roots per Barbaro, its fall a soft signal, like a candle dimming in the wind. Imagine yourself toiling on a canal, the gentle rhythm of tools soothing the air, as the empire's dreams rise under starlight. Historians weigh his actions. Mechitheric sees Verdun as key to unity, per Charlemagne, its resolve a steady flame, binding tribes. Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne views the capitulary Saxon as central, per Davis, its laws flowing like a gentle stream. Barbaro critiques Verdun's oppression, per Charlemagne, its shadow lingering like mist over a quiet plain. Winston's Charlemagne, from the hammer to the cross notes labor's toll, per Rich, its burden heavy as a winter's frost. Envision yourself debating in a quiet hall, the faint rustle of parchment blending with candlelight, as his legacy hums like a distant song. Verdun's 4,500 deaths per Einhard ended Wittekind's revolt, leading to his 785 submission per Mechitheric, its peace a soft dawn, breaking over a weary land. The capitulary Saxon mandated baptism per Davis, its decrees a gentle vow, weaving faith into the empire's heart. In Bavaria, he allowed some customs for loyalty per Barrow, their traditions blending like streams into a river. Picture yourself In a baptized village, the soft splash of water calming the air, as unity takes root like a quiet seed. Construction demanded heavy labor. Per rich, its toil a somber rhythm, like waves on a distant shore. The capitulaire de villas ensured workers' food. Per Ganshof, its care a faint glow, like embers in a hearth. Imagine yourself hauling stones, the gentle tap of tools fading into twilight, as forts rise under a quiet sky. Harsh laws, like the capitulary Saxon, brought fear per Winston, yet their order settled like dust after a journey. The feudal system deepened divides per Ganshof. Peasants toiled for lords per Rich, their labor a heavy sigh, like wind through barren fields. Envision yourself farming under a count's gaze, the soft rustle of crops soothing your toil. As the empire's order takes shape, resentment grew. In Saxony, per Barbaro, its roots quiet but deep, like a river beneath the earth. Charlemagne's obsession with eternity drove grand works per Barbaro. Aachen's chapel was his new Rome, per McKitterick, its mosaics glowing softly, like stars in a quiet sky. His fear of betrayal, sparked by Carloman's dispute, led to vigilance per Anel Regni Francorum, his watch a silent guard, like a sentinel under moonlight. Picture yourself shadowing his steps, the soft clink of armor fading into the night, as loyalty binds the realm. Councils ensured trust, per Einhard, their voices a gentle chorus, weaving harmony. His Missi Dominaci enforced order, per McKitterick, purging rebels in 802. Per Anno Regni Francorum, their justice a stern breeze, yet steady as a river's flow. Imagine yourself under their gaze, the faint toll of a bell calming your heart, as order settles like a quiet dawn. Personal losses like Pepin's rebellion and Roland's death scarred him per Einhard, their weight a silent sorrow, like a cloud over a still valley. His marriages were strategic, per Barber, their bonds a soft thread, weaving alliances in the dusk. Was cruelty necessary? McKitterick sees stability in his acts, per Charlemagne, their resolve a steady flame. Barbaro mourns their cost, per Charlemagne, its shadow lingering like mist. In Aachen, scribes pen his deeds, their quills scratching softly, while markets hum with trade, their voices a gentle chorus. Along frontiers, forts stand as silent guardians, their walls kissed by moonlight, while monks' prayers drift like a melody, weaving peace. From Baltic shores to Saxon plains, the empire's heart beats softly, its rhythm a lullaby that lingers like a whispered dream. In quiet villages, the faint toll of bells blends with the wind, while merchants' carts creak gently, their paths lit by stars. Across the empire, churches glow like candles, their light a tender promise of unity, as Charlemagne's legacy hums like a distant song. Envision yourself in a silent cloister, the soft glow of manuscripts soothing your thoughts. As his reign fades into the night's embrace, let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Charlemagne's empire fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his legacy wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of rivers, lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your thoughts glide like a breeze through Aachen's silent halls, as we drift to the early 9th century, where the faint murmur of a fading court tells of Charlemagne's passing and a dynasty's quiet end. Picture the faint traces of ancient roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in quiet valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Aachen's halls, the faint rustle of parchment blends with the distant chant of monks, a soothing rhythm like a river's flow, weaving calm across the empire. Along the northern coasts, the gentle sigh of wind through reeds mingles with the soft toll of a village bell, its chime drifting like petals on a quiet stream. In the eastern plains, the faint murmur of traders' voices hums like a lullaby, while in the west, the soft lapping of waves against Breton cliffs weaves a delicate melody. The air carries the scent of earth and wax, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a glowing hearth, the scent of cedar soothing your senses, your thoughts floating like leaves on a still pond, guiding you toward sleep. Despite Charlemagne's radiant achievements unifying Europe, forging an empire, and sparking a renaissance, his dynasty's glory dimmed after his passing. Permakitorix, the Frankish kingdoms under the Carolingians. His death in 814 left the Carolingian realm fragile, crumbling within a century. Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. Its fall was like a flame flickering in the wind, yet his legacy glowed like a candle in the night. Picture a palace at dusk, its windows casting a warm light, the air filled with whispers of harmony. As you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace. Compared to Qin Shi Huang's fleeting dynasty, undone by harsh rule, per comparative studies of the Roman and Han empires, Charlemagne's collapse was slower. Per Permakitorix, its unraveling a quiet tide, receding like a river's gentle ebb. Frankish inheritance and invasions by Vikings, Saracens, and Magyars frayed his realm. Per Barbaro, their threats like shadows creeping over a silent plain. Envision yourself in a quiet village, the faint toll of a church bell calming your heart, as the empire's unity fades like a distant song. Charlemagne's vision endured. Per Permakitorix, its light a soft beacon, guiding Europe's dawn. Charlemagne died on January 28, 814, in Aachen's palace, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, likely felled by pleurisy or age. At 66 to 72, he outlived most kings per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. His breath faded like a breeze, leaving the empire hushed in reverence. In 811, he willed his realm to his sons, but only Louis survived. Per Annal Fuldenses, his plan a gentle thread, fraying like a tapestry in the wind. Picture yourself drafting his will, the soft scratch of quills soothing the air, as his dreams settle like dust in a quiet hall. Late in life, he consolidated counties. Per Einhard, his decrees flowing like a calm river, guiding the realm. He swam and hunted. Per Rich, his steps steady as a heartbeat, echoing through misty forests. Morning swept from Rome to Hamburg. Per Anno Petaviani, its prayers a soft chorus, blending with the evening's calm. Omens like comets marked his exit. Per Annal Petaviani, their glow a faint whisper, like stars fading at dawn. His health, sustained by Aachen springs and simple meals, shone. Per Einhard, his vigor was like a steady flame, warming the court with quiet strength. Fevers slowed him. Per Davis's Charlemagne's practice of empire, yet his will glowed like embers in a hearth. Envision yourself watching him swim, the gentle splash of water calming the morning, as his resolve hums like a distant melody. His grit endured. Per Rich, its rhythm a soft vow, binding the empire's heart. His death shocked the realm. Per Anno Regni Francorum, hymns filled Aachen's chapel. Per Annal Petaviani, their notes drifting like petals, soothing the land in grief. Picture yourself chanting in a quiet church, the faint echo of hymns blending with candlelight, as sorrow settles like a soft mist. Noble plots stirred. Per Annal Fuldenses, their whispers of faint shadow, creeping through the night. Louis the Pious took the throne in 814, per Annal Fuldenses, but lacked Charlemagne's fire. Per Permakitorix, rebellions by his sons in 830 and 833 shook his rule. Per Annal Bertiniani, their strife a restless tide, unsettling the empires. Calm, partible inheritance split the realm. Per Barrow, its divisions like streams parting a quiet valley. The 843 Treaty of Verdun carved West Francia, East Francia, and Middle Francia. Per Anno Bertiniani, its borders drawn like lines in soft earth, fading under time's gentle touch. Envision yourself at a council, the soft rustle of cloaks, soothing the air, as the empire's unity frays like a woven thread. Civil wars flared, per Mechideric, their clashes a distant storm, echoing over silent plains. Corruption grew under Louis, per Rich, its roots quiet but deep, like a river beneath the earth. Vikings raided Frisia in 834, Saracens took Bari. In 847, and Magyars struck Bavaria, per Anno Bertiniani, their sails and hooves a shadow, unsettling the land's peace. Picture yourself guarding a coast, the gentle waves below calming your vigil. As distant threats loom like clouds on the horizon, successors faltered, per Barbaro. By 923, West Francia's Carolingian line ended, per Anno Regni Francorum, its fall a quiet sigh, like a flame dimming in the dusk. East Francia ceased in 911, per Mechideric, its legacy fading like a star at dawn. Italy's grip dissolved, per Barbaro, its lords rising like reeds in a still pond. Partible inheritance and weak heirs undid the empire, per Davis, Charlemagne's. Counties centralized power, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne, yet tradition scattered it like petals on the wind. Discontent from labor taxes flared, per Rich, its murmurs a soft echo, lingering in quiet villages. Invasions exploited cracks, per Anno Bertiniani, their raids a restless breeze, stirring the empire's calm. Envision yourself in a market, the gentle clink of coins soothing your trade, as whispers of unrest fade into the night. The empire faltered, per Barbaro, its collapse a gentle tide, receding from a once bright shore. Charlemagne's legacy endured, per Mechideric. His Renaissance, reforms, and faith shaped Europe, per Barbaro, their light a soft beacon, glowing through the ages. Picture yourself in a monastery, the soft scratch of quills calming your thoughts, as his vision hums like a distant song. In Aachen, scribes pen his deeds, their quills scratching softly, while markets hum with trade, their voices a gentle chorus. Along frontiers, forts stand as silent guardians, their walls kissed by moonlight, while monks' prayers drift like a melody weaving peace. From Baltic shores to Saxon plains, the empire's heart beats softly, its rhythm a lullaby that lingers like a whispered dream. In quiet villages, the faint toll of bells blends with the wind, while merchants' carts creak gently, their paths lit by stars. Across the land, churches glow like candles, their light a tender promise of unity, as Charlemagne's legacy hums like a distant river, guiding Europe's dawn. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Charlemagne's empire fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his legacy wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of rivers lulling you to a restful slumber? Dear listener, let your mind wander like a soft echo through Aachen's chapel, as we glide to the early 9th century, where the gentle hum of a monk's chant carries Charlemagne's enduring dream across a sleeping land. Picture the faint traces of ancient roads fading like whispers in mossy ruins, blending into the twilight's gentle embrace. The Frankish kingdom rests quietly, its villages tucked in quiet valleys, warmed by the soft glow of hearth fires. In Aachen's halls, the faint rustle of parchment blends with the distant chant of monks, a soothing rhythm like a river's flow, weaving calm across the land. Along the northern coasts, the gentle sigh of wind through reeds mingles with the soft toll of a village bell, its chime drifting like petals on a quiet stream. In the eastern plains, the faint murmur of traders' voices hums like a lullaby, while in the west, the soft lapping of waves against Breton cliffs weaves a delicate melody. The air carries the scent of earth and wax, crafting a lullaby on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself resting by a glowing hearth, the scent of cedar soothing your senses. your thoughts floating like leaves on a still pond, guiding you towards sleep. Though the Carolingian dynasty faded after Charlemagne's death, his legacy endures, shaping Europe's soul, per McKitterick Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. He was a unifier, weaving a vision of Christian harmony, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent, its light glowing like a candle in the night, guiding centuries. Picture a palace at dusk, its windows casting a warm light, the air filled with whispers of unity as you sink deeper into rest, your eyelids heavy with the night's embrace, compared to Qin Shi Huang, whose empire crumbled swiftly, per comparative studies of the Roman and Han empires. Charlemagne's vision lasted, per McKitterick, its roots deep as a quiet river, binding tribes in faith. Qin's harsh rule sparked revolt, per Barbaro, its fall like a flame snuffed by the wind, while Charlemagne's reforms glowed, per Davis's Charlemagne's practice of empire. Envision yourself in a monastery, the soft scratch of quills calming your heart as his legacy blooms like a meadow under dawn's light. His methods, though stern, fostered unity, per McKitterick, their glow a gentle beacon, shaping Europe's path. Charlemagne's 800 coronation as Holy Roman Emperor, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, fused faith and power, per McKitterick, its vow a soft thread, weaving Europe's heart. Picture yourself in St. Peter's, the faint echo of hymns soothing your soul as his crown gleams like a star. Later dynasties adapted his model, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne, their governance a gentle tide, balancing faith and local rule. His county system and Missi Dominici set precedents, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne, their order flowing like a calm river. Envision yourself riding with the misses, the soft hoofbeats on stone roads lulling your journey, as loyalty binds the land. His cultural legacy shown in the Carolingian minuscule, per Rich, its script clear as a quiet stream, preserving ancient words like stars in a silent sky. Over 7,000 manuscripts survived, per McKitterick, their pages glowing softly, like candles in a monastery's hush. His silver denarius unified trade, per Ganshoff, its gleam a soft promise, linking markets like ripples on a calm lake. Imagine yourself trading in a bustling market, the gentle clink of coins soothing your trade as goods flow from sea to sea. His roads and Fossa Carolina, per Rich, wound like ribbons under moonlight, connecting the land. Aachen's chapel, per UNESCO, birthed Romanesque style, its mosaics glowing softly like a beacon in the dusk. The Carolingian Renaissance, led by Alcuin, preserved knowledge, per Rich, its lessons humming like a lullaby, shaping minds like a gentle breeze. Schools at Tours and Fulda spread literacy, per McKitterick, their halls aglow with candlelight, like stars anchoring the night. Picture yourself studying in a cloister, the soft chant of scholars blending with the evening's calm, as knowledge blooms like a quiet garden. This laid roots for universities, per Davis, their legacy a soft flame, guiding Europe's dawn. Aachen's palace remains a symbol, per Barbaro, its stones standing like silent guardians, kissed by moonlight. Forced labor's toll, per Winston's. Charlemagne, from the hammer to the cross, lingers like a shadow in the dusk, yet its beauty endures, per UNESCO. Envision yourself walking its halls, the faint echo of footsteps soothing your steps, as history hums like a distant song. In culture, Chanson de Roland mythologizes him, per Barbaro, its verses a soft melody, weaving his legend. Modern media and the EU's Karlsprize, per the Karlsprize website, echo his unity, per McKitterick, their ideals glowing like embers in a hearth. Historians debate his legacy. McKitterick hails his unity, per Charlemagne, its vision a steady flame, ending chaos. Barbaro and Winston critique his cruelty, per Charlemagne, its shadow lingering like mist over a quiet plain. Imagine yourself debating in a quiet hall, the Faint rustle of parchment blending with candlelight, as his legacy hums like a distant river. Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni paints him as divine, per Davis, yet his reality was a gritty dawn, not a fairy tale. In Aachen, scribes pen his deeds, their quills scratching softly, while markets hum with trade, their voices a gentle chorus. Along frontiers, churches stand as silent guardians, their walls kissed by moonlight, while monks' prayers drift like a melody, weaving peace. From Baltic shores to Saxon plains, the empire's heart beats softly, its rhythm a lullaby that lingers like a whispered dream. In quiet villages, the faint toll of bells blends with the wind, while merchants' carts creak gently, their paths lit by stars. Across the land, schools and churches glow like candles, their light a tender promise of unity, as Charlemagne's legacy hums like a distant river, guiding Europe's dawn. Envision yourself in a silent cloister, the soft glow of manuscripts soothing your thoughts. As his reign fades into the night's embrace, let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping valley, the gentle hum of Charlemagne's legacy fading into the night's embrace. The bells of a distant monastery ring softly, their chime a whisper, as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the soft glow of his vision wrap you, and sink into the gentle rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of rivers, lulling you to a restful slumber? Drift gently, dear listener, into the serene embrace of a kingdom at rest, where Aachen's stone halls glow with the tender light of flickering candles, their warmth weaving peace across a quiet land. From Saxony's misty glades to the radiant Palatine Chapel, begun in the tender days of 792, Charlemagne, once a prince named Charles, gathers a scattered world into one, per Einhard's Vita Caroli Magni, his throne. A cradle of Christian devotion, soothes chaos into harmony, its glow a soft star over a weary continent, per Mackiterick's Charlemagne, the formation of a European identity. The chapel's mosaics, kissed by gentle candlelight, hum a silent lullaby, their colors weaving dreams of unity, per Barbaros Charlemagne, father of a continent. Picture yourself as a scribe, seated in a whispering cloister, the scent of warm parchment enfolding you, your thoughts floating like petals on a still pond, guiding you towards slumber's calm. Charlemagne's heart, woven with faith, binds tribes with the soft rhythm of his reforms. His Carolingian minuscule, a delicate script, murmurs in quiet monasteries, its curves a tender thread linking scholars across distant meadows, per Rich's daily life in the world of Charlemagne. His silver coins, etched with harmony, clink softly in village markets, a faint promise of peace, per Ganshoff's Frankish institutions under Charlemagne. Monks in hushed scriptoria, their quills tracing gentle lines, weave the Carolingian Renaissance, their pages a glowing bridge to future dawns. Villagers gather in tranquil squares, their voices a soft hum of trade, their lives cradled by the empire's dream. In Aachen's serene courts, scholars copy ancient texts, their candles casting a warm, flickering glow, preserving wisdom like stars in a velvet sky. Yet, shadows linger, the somber days of 782 at Verdun, where many drifted to eternal rest. And laborers toiled for grand canals, their quiet efforts a tender sacrifice, per Einhard. His jeweled crown, heavy with hope, kindles both unity and faint whispers of unrest, per Mackiterick. Crowned in the tender days of 800 as Holy Roman Emperor, in Aachen's whispering halls, his legacy cradles Europe's heart, from France's gentle meadows to Germany's ancient groves, per Barbaro. As you rest, let these ancient tales enfold you like a whispering breeze. With a soft touch, offer a light to keep their light glowing. Subscribe to cradle their story, or share a gentle thought in a quiet comment, to let their legacy hum. What stirs your soul in Charlemagne's vision, his dream to weave a continent? His chapel's radiant calm, or the quiet cost of his ambition, a faint sigh for a lasting Europe? Let a soft word linger, perhaps of his greatest deed, to keep history's embers warm. Picture a kingdom asleep, its halls hushed, its people cradled by a shared faith. The flicker of embers on Aachen stones, the scent of ink in tranquil cloisters, and the distant murmur of a monk's chant wrap you in peace. Let your thoughts drift, dear listener, like clouds over a sleeping meadow, the soft hum of Charlemagne's world fading into the night's embrace. The bells of the distant chapel toll faintly, their chime a tender whisper as the stars guide you to a serene rest. Breathe deeply, let the gentle glow of Aachen's halls enfold you, and sink into the soothing rhythm of a kingdom at peace. Can you hear the faint murmur of scribes lulling you to a restful slumber?